Well, good morning. This is Monday, March 23rd. This is for pre-algebra. As you can see, Peppa Pig has taken over the camera duties. Luke did a wonderful job, but we have an assistant robot as well. So today we're going to talk about triangles. All right. So I noticed on your quizzes that you guys had a little bit of trouble with your triangles. First of all, over here I've made a list, but you need to memorize these, and I try to give you some tricks, but you got to know them, so take some time and study those. All right, so on the quiz I would give you a triangle like this, and I'd say, okay, give me two names for it. Well, the first thing I notice is that this is a 120-degree angle, so it has to be an obtuse triangle. So I know it's obtuse. Now the second one is, it's pretty obvious that all these angles are different sizes. And so if they're different sizes, it's going to be a scalene triangle as well. Sorry, there's an E there. Okay, so the next thing I asked you was, hey, how big is angle, let's say this is angle A. Well, to find angle A, I would take x, add 35, add 120, and that would have to equal 180 degrees because every triangle, the angles always add up to 180 degrees. So if I add this together, I get x plus 155 equals 180. And I subtract 155 from both sides. And we get x equals 25 degrees. So we were right that all of these were different sizes, 25, 35, 120, so the scalene is correct. Okay, so let's try a little bit tougher one now. In this one right here, to write the equation, well, let's do the names first. 85, this looks like it's good. Looks like it's going to be an acute triangle. We'll check that out in a second. And again, the sides look like they're all different lengths, and so I would say scalene triangle as well. All right, the next thing is we're going to solve for x. To do that, we're going to write the equation again, and our equation would be x plus, so that's this angle, then this angle would be x plus 10, and then our third angle is 85 degrees. Make sure that you always have the first angle, second angle, and third angle in there because it's all three angles that have to add up to 180. So now I'm going to add my x's together. X plus x is 2x. And then plus 10 and plus 85 is plus 95. And that has to equal 180. And so now I've got a bubble equation. And so now I'm just going to subtract 95 from both sides. And we get that 2x equals 180 minus 95 would be 85. And then I'm going to divide both sides by 2, and we'll get x equals 42.5. That's actually degrees. So that means x would be 42.5, x plus 10 would be 52.5, and the 85 they already gave to us. But you can figure out any of those angles once you know what x is at the bottom. So I hope that helps you on the triangles. I'm going to give you a little bit more practice in that today. The other thing we're going to look at today is the Pythagorean theorem again. You guys, most of you did very well on that, but just to review it very quickly, the first thing that you always want to do, or I want you to do, is write the Pythagorean theorem down correctly, which says that a squared plus b squared equals c squared. Remember that a and b are your shorter sides, the legs, which always bump up to the right angle. The hypotenuse is always across from the right angle, and it is the longest side, and it's slanted. All right, so let's go ahead and do this. A squared, well, I don't know what a is, plus b squared, 8 times 8 is 64, equals c squared, 10 times 10 is 100. And then we got a bubble equation, so we'll subtract 64. This is the work I want you to show me every single time. Don't try to take shortcuts. Take shortcuts, you end up getting it wrong. You need to show me square rooting both sides, and then you get a equals the square root of 36 is 6, and that would be in centimeters, and then you're done. Okay, they also asked in the book, and not very many people got this right in their quiz, is this a right triangle? And I said, show your work. Some of you said yes or no, but didn't show any work, so I'm not going to give you any credit. So in order to do this, you would say to yourself, a squared plus b squared equals c squared. Well, square root of 20, when you square it, you can try it in your calculator, but the square root of 20 squared is just 20. And the square root of 30 squared is just 30. And the square root of 50 squared is just 50. And what happens is the square takes out the square root. They kind of cancel each other out. So we get 20 plus 30 is 50. If these two sides, or these two numbers, equal each other, then your answer is yes. But this is your proof, and you have to show that to me, and show that to me in your work today that you have to do. Okay, so pretty much this is review, and your assignment will be sent to you in a text. Please download all your stuff to Google Classroom, and I hope you have a great Monday. Maybe build a snowman.